I'm KariS with Century 21, and this is the Federal Reserve.
It's a big bank, but you can't have an account here, and you can't get a loan here either. In fact, you can't do any of the things you think of at this bank because it's the national bank, sort of a bank for banks. And while a lot of people do a lot of different things here, what we're most interested in is its role in helping regulate the economy of the United States. And one of its key tools to do this is to influence interest rates. Now, the Federal Reserve, or the Fed, doesn't set interest rates for mortgages on its own, but it does set a rate that it charges other banks. That rate makes it more expensive for banks to borrow and lend money. And when it gets more expensive for banks to do their work, they pass that cost on to their customers. In this case, that's people getting loans to buy houses. And you can probably see where I'm going with this, but it has gotten a lot more expensive for banks to do business in the last 2 years. The increased costs for banks has driven rates on mortgages from a low of 2.65% in 2021 all the way to where they stand now in October of 2023 at 7.5%. So what effects have those higher rates had on our market? I'm glad you asked. Let's take a look. Some of the most recent numbers may even surprise you. First, the number of homes for sale is down. Year to date, there have been 31% less homes put on the market this year compared to last. Also, the number of homes sold is down, about 27%. And you might be thinking, of course sales are down. If no one is putting their house up for sale, there's nothing to sell. But actually, inventory is about 30% higher this year than it was in 2021, when there were 50% more homes put on the market than there are today. What those two pieces of data together tell us is that there are a lot less buyers in the market than there were 2 years ago. And that makes sense when you remember how much more expensive it is to get a mortgage than it was 2 years ago. So it should be a buyer's market, right? Home prices should be plummeting as buyers exert their power over the market. Let us feast our eyes upon the power the buyers have had to drive down the median home prices. Actually, they've remained about the same. Year to date, our area is down about 4%, but September of this year compared to September of last year actually saw prices go up about 1%. So what gives? Well, unlike the housing market bubble of 2008, there's no flood of homeowners desperate to get out of homes they can't afford. If anything, most homeowners either bought when rates were low or refinanced into low rates. So we don't have a market full of people trading up. But buyers aren't completely powerless. Where we do see buyers exerting their power is in the time it is taking for houses to sell. Buyers have the power to carefully consider all of their options before making their offers. They've got time, and they're taking it. So average time on market has nearly doubled. Where do we go from here? Well, if the genes are any indication, it looks like the 90s could be making a comeback. Back in the 90s was the last time we saw interest rates similar to today, and prospective homeowners in their bootcut and baggy jeans found themselves in a slower, steady, more reliable market. Home ownership mainly served the purpose of being a place to live, but with the added bonus of also being a reliable, long-term investment. Homeowners who are considering selling will be able to cash out on their equity, but should be prepared to practice patience. Buyers should set their expectations based on a budget with today's interest rates and an eye on a long-term investment. That mindset will give them the opportunity to find the best home that fits their long-term needs. That's how the market looks for us as a group, but your situation is unique to you. If you have questions or want to talk about how the current market affects your search for a new home or the sale of your current home, send me an email. You can find me using the links in my link tree. I also appreciate referrals. So if you know someone who's considering buying or selling a home, a recommendation from you to a friend would mean the world to me. Stay safe and thanks for watching.